If I'm not talking here, I'm just setting up my PC.
Ah, okay, okay.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Sorry. Please, I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay. I gave an assignment last class. So I gave an assignment last class. Hello.
Yes, can hear you, sir. Yeah.
I said I gave an assignment last class. I said write a Python program to find the area of hemisphere. Write a
Yeah.
uh, Python program to calculate average of 5 user input. Write a Python program to show a random number between 1 and 10 inclusive. Please, did anybody attempted it?
I tried it, but I still had some glitches.
All right.
You get
What
so
was the glitches?
for that for that hemisphere on,
Mm,
it was giving me a float. I wanted it to be a random number. I couldn't get it to be a random number, and
okay.
it tell me error.
Can you share your screen? Let me see what you have. Let me on. Can you share your screen? Are you on laptop?
Okay, no, I'm not on laptop, sir. Sorry,
Okay. All right. So
so
what
sorry,
we do
so
is
sorry.
that we'll do the correction. All right. When we finish the correction, then we'll continue with our class. I actually give this one to round up the operator that I we talked about last class. So let's just get it done.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. How do you even start the third one? I didn't even know where to start from with the third one. I was just
Write
the
a
right
Python
rubbish.
program to show random number between.
Random number.
Yeah,
I didn't even know how to.
it's very simple. I don't know if
You
I
be
should
the
I do the
boss now.
third one.
That's why.
Should I do the third one first, or I should do it sequentially?
Okay, no, do it sequentially. Do it sequentially. Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is write a Python program to find the area of hemisphere. Um, so the first thing is for you to find out the formula of what hemisphere. I believe we are still in school that time. They said the formula of hemisphere is 4. Is it 4 over 2 over 3? I think it's 2 over 3. 2 over 3 pi arrow words square. Pi arrow words square. Let me just part it like this. This is what they used to tell us that year. Okay. Now we want to write a Python program to actually calculate the area for us. And in my own, I will make it user imputed radius. We know that pi is constant everywhere, and the value is 3.142 or 22 over what over 7 mathematicians. So what we do first, we have to declare our variable. The first thing we have to declare variable the constant value for our pi. Pi is 3.142. So after you've defined the constant value for your pi, the next thing is to handle the 2 over 3. I will say that the 2 over 3 is equals to something I want to use to handle it. Let me just say is equals to q. Q equals to 2 over 3. 2 over what? 2 over 3. So the next thing I'm going to get is my radius. And I want to make the radius to be imputed because radius is not always constant. Alright. So in the introduction to Python, we'll talk about the input method. And the input method is used to accept user what value. So I can say I want user to impute integer. I will say int input, enter the radius. All right, this one now is telling you to enter your radius. So I will now say I will declare a variable called area. Remember I told you that you don't use space. If it's a compound statement like that, you put underscore of hemisphere equals to what do we have? We said the pi, right, that we have declared, asterisk the q, which is what, 2/7, or the q can even come first so that you don't ask question. Q asterisk this. Then the last one that we want to pass is the constant. Is it the constant? Yeah, the radius. And you know that is the radius is square. It can be arrow. To get a square, the operator for getting a square in Python, we said is arithmetic operator, and is actually asterisk what 2. This means what? Raised to power what? Raised to power 2. So what I will do right now, I will print out area of hemisphere. So let me just comment some code. I don't know why these guys are giving my code yellow line. I don't know what I did to them. So let's run this code. If I run it, so I'm having true. So look at it now. It's asking me to enter the what? The radius. Based on what I wrote here. Enter the what? The radius. So let's say the radius is what? Is 5. So you can see that he imputed the area of hemisphere based on this what formula that we have. Please, any question? Question, please.
Boss,
Yes,
this
sir.
integer, this method you use, this integer, you change it to what? An integer, B?
Which integer?
The radius,
The
this
radius.
int.
Yes, yes, yes. Now,
Yes. Is
this
that
input method is accepting string. Are you getting it? It's for letters, name, your country, wherever. Okay? It's accepting string. But now I want it to accept number.
okay?
That's why I converted it to integer.
Okay, okay. All right.
Alright, is this understood? So the second one said, write a Joseph, is this understood? Java, are you with us? So the second one said we should write a Python program to calculate average of 5 words user imputed. This one is just straightforward, just like this one, what I did here. So what I will first of all do, I'll call num1, I say 5 user imputed. I want to accept integer value that the user word we impute. Input, enter the num1 here. So please, I'll have to duplicate this code so that 1, 2, how many did they say? 5, 3, that's 4, 5. So I'll turn this on to num2. So this one will become num2. Turn this on to num3. This one will become num3. I'll turn this on to num4. Then the last one is what? Is num5. So what I will now do is to calculate my average. I will say average, let's say AV average equals to num1. That's the total sum of all of them plus num2 plus num3 plus num4 plus num5. So the best thing for you to do is to enclose this inside the brackets. All right, so that you know that it becomes one entity because of a operation precedent of operator. So divide by what? By 5. So what I will now do, I'll print out my words, my average. So I'll print my average. So permit me to comment this out because it's going to run and ask me to input something, and I would not want to waste time with that. So I save this. If I run it, the system will ask me to input uh, number. It's telling me value error. Um, so look at what I'm having. Enter num1. Let's say I enter num1 to be what? 5. Num2 to be 4. Num3 to be 2. Num4 to be 6. Num5 to be 8. So what do you see? It sum of everything for me. They gave me the word, the average. So addition of everything divided by the word, the occurrence. That gave me the average. Please, is that understood? Are we together?
We're together.
Okay. Hope there is no issue. So the last one we want to look at here.
No, no, no issue, no issue.
All right. The last one I want to look at here is this one that I said is confused. Write a Python program to show a random number between 1 and what? And 10. So I just want to get a random number between 1 and 10. Python has a built-in method called range. All right. Remember, I keep telling you guys that range are method that are built in. So I can just use a looping method to bring it. I can say for the range of numbers I want to get for x in range. I will have to explain this. For x in range. Now, what range method accept 3 parameters. The first one is the beginning, the next one is the end, while the other one is the steps. So let me write it out. We have, they said they call it start, they now call it end. This one is end, while the last one is called what? Step. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. So it accept what? Start, end, and what? Step. So look at it. They said the number should start from what? According to the question, the number should start between what? 1 and what? And 10. Between 1 and 10 inclusive. Okay, inclusive means that it will also what? Add what? 10 to it, right? Now I'm going to say let it start from what? From 1. All right, then if I want to add 10 inclusive to it, it means I have to stop it as what? As 11. All right, this step, let's leave this step for now. So this is a what? This is actually what? A looping statement. I will not pass in my column there. I will say print what? Print x. So if I save this and I run the program, I should get the result printed out. This guy is still running, so let me comment this one out. I don't know why they're giving me one, yo. So what's going on again? Are you seeing it now? So I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 what? 10. That's exactly what the question says. It said 10 words inclusive. So if I should trigger this, and I said write a Python program to print out even number between 1 and 10. So if you want to get even number between 1 and 10, it's very easy for you to do. It's what for you to put a step. All right, a step of what? 2, because even numbers are what? 2 steps. So if you run this program, you'll be getting it's giving you 1 2 prime numbers. It's taking 2 steps. When you get to 1, these are not actually even numbers. Okay, even numbers we have to use function to what? To get that. This one is taking 2 steps. After 1, take 2 steps. 2, bring out 3. After 3, take 2 steps. 4, bring out 5. So like this one is a step. If I want to say give me 3 steps, all right, you can do that there. You run your program. This one will give you what? 3 steps before you get to the what? To the next number but that's not the question they gave us. They said between 1 and what? And 10. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, yes, sir.
Please, I want to actually get to a place whereby we'll build application. All right, everything that I'm doing right now may not make sense to you guys, but when we start doing GUI using Python to build application, you appreciate all of this. Okay, but please just follow me through the process. It's a gradual process. Do you understand? All right. So
Yes,
what we want
yes,
to
sir.
quickly look at today again is we are going into the procedural program, the other flow, control flow. So we want to start function. Please don't need to miss this class for any reason, because we are going advanced. If you look at most of these programming language today, they are functional based programming language. What do we mean by functional based programming language? It means that you can declare a function, write a whole lot of code, and use a function to just trigger all your words, your code. So that's what we want to look at right now. So I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to call it function.what.py. So we are looking at Python words, Python function. Now this is what Python says. Python says that if you are declaring a function, you need to use your word, the def keyword, followed by the function words, the function name. So this is their syntax. Then you have your bracket open and close. You have to have your bracket open and close. Then you have to have your what? Your semicolon. What you're going to be having here is the statement you want to trigger. What we call statements, that person called Java should understand what I mean. It means that the program that you want to execute. All right, you pass your statement there. So if you want to trigger your function, you want your function to be executed, you call your function name. So I'm going to call my what? Function what? Function name. Bracket open and close. This is how to make use of what? Function. So what I said a function is a group of words, of statements that perform a particular word task. A function is a group of statements that perform a particular task. For example, the program we have just written, the assignment I gave to you guys, I can write that program to be a functional based program. And the whole 3 program, I can just write it in one particular function. And when I trigger the function, all the execution will pop out. So the function in programming language enable you to collect what we call the subroutine. Subroutines are block of codes that you want to execute in the course of your program. So this is just the syntax, okay? These are syntax. Do I need to type on top that this is a syntax? These are syntax, so that let me just, these are just syntax. Now let's come to our program proper. Let's define a function. Let's say this function is to greet. I can say def, let me use the word greet. I use the word greet, right? Now I will now pass in a print statement here and said good evening class. Good evening class. All right, so like I said, that's the statement. And I said if you want to execute your function, you have to go out of that function. You call the function name, which is what? Greet. You pass your bracket open and words and close. Now if I run this particular program, I should be having good evening words class. You can see it executed here. Now inside the same function, I can say okay, I want to add 2 numbers. I can say okay, just like what we did, num1 equals to 30. Then I said num2 equals to what? 50. Then I now said print I have num1 plus what? Num2. So if I should run this, let's see what we are going to have. I'm having 2 print statements there now. What do you think I'm having? I'm having 80. 30 plus 50 is what? Is 80. You can do a lot of things with your function. I can say, okay, I want to do another thing here again inside the same function. Give me the 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 area of a rectangle. Area of a rectangle. A rectangle is what? Length times breadth, right? I can say length, oh sorry, L equals to init, user imputed, uh, input, enter your words, your length. Yeah. So I still need to collect the words, the breadth. So B equals to enter your breadth words, your breadth here, breadth. So the last guy there, I will say area equals to B asterisk words asterisk L. So I will now say print words, print out words. Now it's not compulsory you be passing print out everywhere. So you can use one print statement. I can use this print statement to execute everything I want to pass. Print this, right? I will now pass the other one here. I'll pass the other one, which is going to be what? Area. Then the last one, which is going to be that one is just a cluster statement. So I'll use this print statement to execute everything. If I run it, you see what I'm going to be having. So yeah, it said enter your words. Good evening class, which is what we have there. Enter your words, your length. Let's say the length is 50. Enter your breadth. The breadth is this. I have this. So you can see that 40 times 50 is what is 2000, and you see the summation is what is coming out. Please, are we together?
Yes, yes.
All right. So you can see that
Yes, we're together.
in one function, I'm writing a long block of code. So it's a program. An application can be in a single function in Python now, right? Application can be in a single word function. The entire application can be embedded in a single function. The entire application that you are working with, it can be in a single function in your Python uh, syntax. Sorry. All right, having understand the basic of a function, let's now look at the terminology that belongs to a function. A function can have a parameter. A function can have a parameter and what? An argument. What then is a parameter? This is what is actually confusing programmers when it comes to dealing with a function. A parameter is what you pass inside a function, while argument is what you feed into a function for that function to be what? To be executed, to bring out what? Results. All right. Now let me give you an example. Let's say I'm writing a program to say good evening and call the person name, to greet and call the person's name. All right. Let me just use this one. Let's say I have name here. I pass it something called here inside this bracket called what? Name. Okay. Now it means that this function, for this function to be executed, I must feed in something for this person. So let's say I want this thing to be displayed here. Good evening, the name I have inside that this particular word function. All right. Now when the function is triggered, I need to pass in something. Let's say the name I want it to call is what? Is Mike. If I run it, when this program is running, you see it will tell you that good evening class Mike. This is a function with a parameter. This name here is a parameter. This mic here is what is argument. If I didn't pass this argument inside this function call, I'm going to get a big fat error. I'm going to get an error that will tell me that one missing require argument, type error, greet missing one require positional what argument name. It means that this name is not what, it's not feed on. So it's looking for something to tag with along with what, with this. I'll give you another example so that you understand better, because this is becoming complex. Let's say Mike. Now let's now assume that I want to write a program to add two number, but this time around it's going to be a functional based program. So I'm going to say def add. Now I can just pass in straight up. I can just pass it straight up and say my function here, my argument here is num1. I have another argument here what called number2. This is what I want to do this job for me. All right, this is what I want to use to carry out what the job. Don't know why pipe is showing here. So what I will do next is this. All right, I can say print, all right, print num1 plus what, num2. So if I call this function, this particular function, which is going to be add, I need to feed in two numbers, which I can say